drainage channels are all blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Blocked with different materials, empty pet drink bottles, all these is it takeaway, what do they call and safe?
Yes,
All
disposable
those
plates and
disposable,
cups.
you know all those stuffs.
Mm.
So if we do not properly dispose of our waste, we are going to get into trouble because water will always find its level. And also, it's even very, very imperative at this point that we make sure that we dispose our waste properly. Why am I saying this? Read on the follow.
Full
And you
force.
know that from the weather forecast we have gotten in these few days,
Yes.
it's been mentioned that we're going to have very heavy rainfall.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have heavy rainfall, already we are not talking about the opening of the dam.
And not at all.
We're not
We
talking
never reached there.
about, all of that.
Mm.
And you are already disposing your waste indiscriminately. You are simply, creating a problem for yourself. There is nothing as beautiful as after a heavy rainfall, you come out of your house and you see that everywhere, yes, the ground is wet,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not walking or having to drive through floods.
Yeah.
You understand? It's beautiful. So if you're doing this, if you're disposing of your waste discriminately, it is all for your good.
It's
You're
awful.
not doing anybody any good.
Mm-mm.
And that small money to cost you to dispose of your waste, you feel you are saving, you will lose more.
What do you want to even do?
You will lose
How
more
much
because
you be?
your children will go to school.
Mm-hmm.
They will have to wait through the flood.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the shoe is supposed to last them for maybe 1 year. Go last them, probably manage to last them through a
A
term.
term
At the end of the day, you're going to go to the market and look for
to buy,
other shoes, or else
which will be more
you go to the
expensive.
cobbler
Mm.
and begin to mend your shoes and all of that. So let's be reasonable. Let's be good to ourselves, because sometimes some things we do, we are doing those things against ourselves and
Yes.
not against anybody.
I
Because where
totally
the
agree.
government, where the people, where all these our leaders live, all the
Oh,
roads
you know
are
they
everything they're good
the
where.
thing no dey there.
So it is you that must take care of your environment.
Yeah.
You, and also we need to look at the government too. See, there's no need to wait till we get to this season of rainfall before you begin to clear the drainage channels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should be done before now. And also, I want to plead yet again that when government make provision of drainage channels along the roads,
Yes.
flanking the both sides of the road,
Mm-hmm.
please endeavor, if you have any form of hole, whether it is manhole or whatever holes that could allow any of this disposed waste to get into the channels, please, could you please cover up the
Cover it
place
up.
with wire mesh,
Mm.
properly fixed wire mesh.
Yeah.
So it is only tiny materials or water that would pass through this wire mesh. So, but then at the end of the day, you realize that whatever waste the flood must have brought towards that channel, it will just stop at the wire mesh area.
Yes.
It will not have find its way into the channel. So government has a role to play, and we the people have a role to play.
We have.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense you waiting till night and then you go dump your waste maybe along a highway, or you drop it. Do you know that somebody told me that
Yeah.
that if she had to measure the height of the waste she had disposed in the waste drum or can,
Yeah.
in the morning it will be higher, which means some people would pick up their own waste
And drop into her
drop
own
into her,
bin.
drop into hers, which is it's crazy. She said it got to a point they didn't fix the CCTV camera for that, but they
They
had
had
to
to fix it to see who was
and it
doing
was
that.
from there that the people she saw doing it, and she felt so embarrassed. She called them and showed them this thing, and they were very embarrassed. How much will it cost you? And these are people, they can afford to pay
for their own
for the
waste.
bill. But
It's just
they just,
unfortunate.
I mean, when you naturally have this mindset of being corrupt, even with all of your resources, you still want to do the bad thing, that by the time it comes to the fore, you'll be very ashamed of it. She says they were very embarrassed. It was like, you know, I mean, it's shameful.
It's just
So let's be
unfortunate.
responsible. Let's take
Let's
responsibility
sure.
of, or, of our environment, and make sure that it is clean. Make sure that we don't dispose of our waste anyhow. Thank you.
I totally agree. Thank you so much, Binabo, for lending your voice towards that. Let's be responsible. It's your own waste. Kilo, what's it gonna happen? Well, oh my goodness. Let's just be responsible humans, please, wherever we find ourselves. All right. And let's know that now the appropriate authorities on this are actually searching all around. Their eyes there everywhere. They look for who go default. The next person where they go carry, go answer, because you definitely go answer your father's name once they catch you. So let's be very careful
Uh,
when we do all of that.
can I say something?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so I saw a particular video where a man was arrested for dumping his refuse along the highway in the midnight hour. And the interesting aspect of that video was that this was a man who was always complaining about the inadequacies of the
Hmm.
government. Oh, you're not doing this. Oh, look at the environment. Oh, blah, blah,
Ojifa.
blah. Da, da, da,
Imagine.
da, 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 da. And,
Hey.
they, it was like somebody, probably somebody, you know, told them that, oh, don't mind him. Oh. He's
Hey.
part of the rot, and
Hey.
they laid ambush for him. They
Hey.
waited. I'm sure they must have waited for days, because he couldn't have been doing it every day. Probably would
Yeah.
just pile up the waste
The
and then
waste.
dump it. So by the time he was, they actually recorded him as he dumped it, and he was apprehended. So it was beaten hands down. There was nothing like, sometimes it is good to do a video, because it will be your words against that person.
And then their mouth
In
they
fact,
sharp
me
pass.
watching the video, I felt
Embarrass.
embarrassed, let alone the man himself. So sometimes when you're pointing a finger,
Ah,
the rest of the four fingers are
I
pointing
pointed
at
towards
you.
you.
So
Yeah.
so please, let's do the right thing.
Let's
Whether
do the right thing.
anybody is watching us or not,
You
let's do
see
the
what
right
they
thing.
say about 99 days for the thief, 1 day for the owner. It
Hmm.
did happen.
That was what happened to that man. Yes.
I beg, let's be responsible people so that you will not end up embarrassing yourself or embarrassing your family members. Be cool. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. This is Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. 23 minutes past 9 on the side of the radio. You can be a part of the conversation by dialing 07000 You can also dial the number 09155 Our toll free number is 0800 1235917. Please feel free to call in. Send us a WhatsApp message on 0703175537. A text message too is very much welcome on 08155917917. All right, my name is Rose, and I have Binabo Dixon with me this morning on the program LENZ, where we have women from different geopolitical zones join us to discuss and dissect on topical issues. All right, Ibinabo.
Mm,
Yesterday we couldn't talk about the happenings in Benue
mm,
because I read some report on it, and for all of these things that get to happen, all of this insecurity that get to happen, all of the killings that get to happen, women and children are the receiving end of it.
mm,
Now you can just imagine out of the, um, almost 200 people that have been reported to have died, as regards to the killings in Benue. And this is not something that just happened over the weekend. It has been happening over time, and it has drawn the attention of international bodies as it is. Everybody's calling on the president, calling on the governor. A lot of people, Benue people, have come out to protest, and all of that. And then one striking report that got to me is that, women and children were among this, people who have died. And it just gets me thinking, like, what are we facing? Where are we heading to? What can we do to protect ourselves? Because even if you say make people carry arms, say they won't protect themselves, at the end of the day we might end up doing more harm than good, because carrying of those arms will probably not get us the result that we were, apart from saying they are protecting themselves, but in the long run, how is that going to look like as people who are living together in the same community? So I mean, this is definitely want to be very worried about, very very worried about. And our government, yesterday I saw a post on social media where the governor of Benue State received a call from our president saying that, okay, well, I see what is happening, I commiserate with you. I'm like, is that what we need? See, as if you never put I for my body. Don't even
Rose,
make that color. You could go there papers.
Abby.
See, I said, this is something that would make you want to run from wherever you are, leave whatever, because this is an emergency going on in a state that is under you, who you're supposed to protect their lives and property. The governor himself, what is he doing?
You
He
see,
sacked one of his
mm,
PA for
mm.
going to protest with the people. Indefinite suspension. He suspended him for going to protest with the people of Benue on the killings that happened. I'm like, okay, so ah,
It's a very sad one.
mm,
Very sad, very heartbreaking. And you see, when a particular person is in charge and you tell yourself this person is not doing enough, wait till somebody who is worse comes on board. When Governor Tom was governor of
of
Benue
Benue State,
State,
yeah.
the story wasn't different. It was still the same, you know, level of measure or whatever you're going to call it of killings,
Insecurity is
honest,
happening.
needless bloodletting. So many terrible things were happening. And it got to a point, the governor, then Governor Tom, came out
Hmm.
and it was like, SOS, so men,
Mona,
help
help me!
us.
Oh, we need help!
We need
Oh,
help.
yes, I
And I
remember that.
remember we discussed on Panorama and I felt like, so as the governor, I saw you not get power like me, Binabo Dixon. That's all of us
We
day.
just did they look ourselves.
Now so as me
Yeah.
and day, I not get power. That's why you said no get power. What you call the governor? Which kind of governor you call they do? I didn't realize that he even did better than this present governor.
Hmm.
This present governor, why would you sack or suspend your PA? Have you? The question that came to my mind was, if the governor's loved ones were among those
Hmm.
people who were roasted to
Hmm.
death, would he have sacked the PA for speaking up on behalf of the dead? This problem with Benue State is not new. I
It's
remember
not.
at a point,
Hmm.
retired General Theophilus Danjuma came out to say that everybody they should all
Carry
bear
arms,
arms
yeah,
to defend
to defend
themselves.
themselves.
And at some point,
And we have some people who are still saying the same thing now.
at some point, even Governor Tom came out to say, all of you, because he couldn't say people should carry arms. So he said they should carry stones. And I just painted a picture of what he was trying to say. And also even painted I created a mental video. And I was imagining people carrying stones and waiting for anybody who would attack them to throw stones at these people. Is that what is going to solve it? Somebody is coming at you with cutlasses and all of that, and other forms of, weapons, and you are going to be
Yeah.
carrying stones to defend yourself. So please, we cannot deny the fact that these people coming to attack these communities, they are not ghosts.
They are full-fledged human beings.
They are human beings. Where do they come from? Because I saw a video posted by somebody
Hmm.
who showed us every home where they raised down the whole building with people inside, with children. People, sometimes when you want to do something, I watched a video where a man it was a movie, a man was asked to go and kill somebody. And they said this person was in the car,
Hmm.
but because the man had his children with him, said he couldn't do it. He was supposed to blow up the vehicle, but he said no,
Hmm.
that there were
There
children
were
in the
children
vehicle.
inside.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you went to a place, you saw children, and you had the heart to pour fuel on them and burnt them to ashes. When I saw the video, I in fact, so many feelings. I didn't know what to say. Should I say what? Should I say, who do I even blame at this point? I can't blame the people. I can only blame the leadership of that state. If you do not know how to stand for your people,
Mm-hmm.
then please quit that office.
Because why are you there?
Whose bidding are you doing? For your people or for whoever is behind this? We cannot continue to deceive ourselves. This is how we play those sort of games with Boko Haram then, and people died. Female girls were abducted. Some boys were abducted. So many things happened. People have lost loved ones, and some of them are yet to get over it. And now this is happening. It is still ongoing. Imagine the whole of the 8 years of autumn. It was the same story. And now this.
And now we're having this.
It is still going on.
Getting worse.
It's getting worse. I saw a particular video where a man in that same place, a man had a storage where he stored bags of rice and everything. Everything was
just went down.
Yes. And that was millions of naira gone down the drains. Who's going to compensate him? And they said he lost his children, he lost his brother. So how do you see? Let us stop deceiving ourselves by saying you have to be patriotic. Where is it? Where is patriotism here? You see, when you, like, if you're a parent, you give birth to a child.
Yeah.
It is the amount of love you show this child, that this child will learn from to return back to you. If every morning you wake up and you tell your toddler, you are an idiot, you are a fool, this toddler will return those same words back to you
in double folds.
I recall my one of my nieces.
All right, Tivina, but let's go on. Let me just pause you there for a minute. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and of course, this is the program LENZ, where we have women from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect on topical issues. My name is Rose, and I have Ibinabo Dixon with me on your Women Radio WFM 91.7.
WFM 91.7. Radio never sounded so cool.
Hello, my name is Adedoja Allen, MD CEO, City 1051 FM. Over the years, I've had the privilege of leading and learning alongside incredible people. But one thing remains constant: the power of mentorship. And this isn't about guiding careers. It's about unlocking confidence, building character, and paying forward the lessons that shaped me. I'm excited to invite all ambitious women to She Leads, a free one-day mentorship class with Adedoja Allen, exclusively for female business owners, female entrepreneurs, and female leaders in middle management positions in any industry between the ages of 20 and 45 years. Season 1 will be happening on Friday, June 20th, 2025 at the Radisson Blu Hotel, Ikeja GRA, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Myself and other successful top female leaders who are trailblazers in their industries will be sharing valuable insights to empower you to succeed. This event is limited to 100 women. To attend, text She Leads to 090-317-44786. To attend, text She Leads to 090-317-44786 to secure your spot. Date again, Friday, June 20th, 2025. Time 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Venue, Radisson Blu Hotel, Ikeja GRA. Register now and take that first step towards achieving your goals. We look forward to seeing you at She Leads. Remember, it is free.
Are you looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates, or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further. For all your advert placements, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more, give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now. Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 009 2137, or 0816 060 5673, or email us at sales@wfm917.
Ìwọ à ń tiraka láti sanwó ilé-ìwé rẹ bí abọ́kàn rẹ ò balẹ̀ lórí bí o ṣe sanwó fún sáà ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ń bọ̀ yìí.
Ṣe ni máa ń jáyà bóyá máa lè parí ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mi. Ìnira ìnáwó yẹn pọ̀ débi pé mi ò kí ń lè gbájúmọ́ ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mi.
Ṣùgbọ́n báyìí ìrètí ti wà pẹ̀lú NELFund, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. Àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bíi tiẹ̀ á lè mú àlá rere yín ṣẹ láì sí ìṣòro ìnáwó.
ṣé lóòótọ́?
Báyìí, o lè gbájúmọ́ ohun tó ṣe pàtàkì jùlọ, ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ. Ètò ẹ̀yáwó wa tí kò ní èlé lórí ti wà báyìí láti rí i dájú pé ìrìn àjò ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rẹ lọ geere láìsí ìnira. Yára báyìí, kàn sí www.nelf.gov.ng. Fi ìdáhùn sí ìwé ìbéèrè àyè kó o sì máa retí àbájáde ìwádìí nípa rẹ. Lẹ́yìn àrídájú ìwádìí, Nelfund á sanwó iléèwé rẹ, wọ́n á sì fún ọ ní owó ìsàpòrò. Bó ṣe rọrùn tó nìyẹn.
Nelfund, àwa sanwó, ìwà akẹ́kọ̀ọ́, wàá sì ṣàṣeyọrí.
Nelfund jẹ́ àgbékalẹ̀ Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu.
The Women Radio membership connects you with other women traders, entrepreneurs, students, homemakers, farmers, and pensioners in the 36 states of Nigeria. As a Women Radio member, your business is promoted free on Women Radio. Win amazing goodies and you get access to our events. Download the Women Radio app today and hear your voice on radio. Register free at wfm917.com and make sure you join the Facebook Women Radio membership group. The Women Radio membership is supported by MacArthur Foundation and the Nigeria Media Innovation Program, NAMI.
Do you know that you can get a free consultation with a licensed doctor right from the comfort of your home? Yes, you can, thanks to the Teledoc app. Just tune in to Radio Doctor every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. only on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Call in to answer trivia questions and win yourself a free doctor consultation voucher on the Teledoc app. No stress, no long queues, just expert medical advice at your fingertips.
Technology and fun. Get ready for Fun Tech, a great combination at She Talks Tech.
Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. on Women Radio,
where we share tech gist, tips, and experiences on the biases women face in tech and learn about tech from women who do amazing work in the tech space. She Talks Tech.
Thursdays, 11:30 a.m. on Women Radio
91.7. Let's help you love tech as much as we do.
Sell your market on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Are you a member of our Women Radio network? Are you a trader? Do you own a business? Do you want to increase your sales? I have good news for you. To sell your market free at no charge every Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Call 07000 917 917 or 9155 917 917. 0800 1235 917. Sell your market and connect with customers far and wide for free. This is only for Women Radio Network members. Follow us on social media, Facebook, X, and YouTube at WFM 917.
Women Radio 91.7. The Ogbonge radio station for women and their families.
All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program LENZ right here on your Women Radio. My name is Rose, and I have Ibinabo with me this morning. And of course, to be a part of the program, you can dial the number 07000 917 917. You can also dial the number 09155 917 917. Our toll free number is 0800 1235 917. You can go ahead and let us know what you think. Let's get your thoughts on any of the stories that we have been talking about this morning, and any of or anything at all that comes to mind as regards to some of the things that we have been talking about this morning. So first of all, we started talking about people who just throw waste, in the wrong places, along the streets, on our highways. Just know that eyes now are watching. So if you don't want to fall prey to this, please be responsible. Just be a responsible citizen. And then we started a conversation on what's going on in Benue and how a lot of people have been calling for the right action to be taken as regards the killings in Benue, because I mean everybody has heard and everybody is praying for the people in Benue as regards to just the recent one that we had of close to 200 people who have lost their lives. And myself and Ibinabo have just been looking at it all around, because at the end of the day, those were humans who were born to death. Those were children who had futures. Those were women who had sacrificed a lot to see that their families become what they have been. Those are people who have lost businesses. Those are people who were just trying to get by, living each day as it comes. But unfortunately, some people who just feel like they are over, or rather they're above the law, can just come in and do what they feel like and go without anybody saying anything. We can just keep crying and keep hoping and keep praying that things get right, but at the end of the day, it's just something else. So a lot of Nigerians have been able on social media demanding that the federal government declare a state of emergency in Benue State because of the killings that has happened. Because at the end of the day, when you look at what happened in Rivers, no rich way thing they happen for Benue. No rich waiting that happen for Benue, but state of emergency it was called in Rivers. Okay, so how do we then want to say, okay, how do we juxtapose these two issues? And you have the president calling a state of emergency on Rivers, suspending the governor and all of that. And then you have what is happening in Benue State, and we're not seeing any immediate action being taken.
Sadly, this is where conspiracy theories will begin to fly all over the place. And then maybe the president's spokesperson or the governor's spokesperson will begin to come out and say, oh, you are saying this is not true, this is not that. But people will always come up with their own theories based on your action or your reaction to what is going on in Benue State. Which governor, which human being would hear that children were burnt to ashes and you will sit pretty in your office and just say, okay, we want to look at what we are going to do about it? The reaction from both the governor and Mr. President did not sit well with me at all, because the video I saw, I was moved to tears. We are all parents. If you're not a parent, you're an aunt or an uncle. Or bad people say, person no born, you don't see fowl picking for fowl back and they follow fowl up and down. These people were Nigerians. The children were supposed to be our future leaders. And they are all dead. So no death is good. And people say that the kind that way die matter. We have criminals who are walking freely, and here were people, innocent people, children, adults, who committed no crime, and they were burnt to ashes. And the whole country is not upside down. Not by people protesting now, but the government, the governors, by now I'd expected that if we had a proper structure and laden with human feelings, I'm talking about the governors forum. By now, the leader of the governors forum should have called for an emergency meeting. You can't stay calm in your state because it's not happening in your state. So when you people gather as governor, what do you even discuss?
What comes up in those conversations?
What do you talk about? Because your conversation should always be about the people and what you are going to bring to your various states for the good of the people. So there's so many things wrong with Nigeria. So when people begin to create stories around this, stories that are not very palatable for the governor or for Mr. President, how do you blame them? Because people are going to judge you by the way you react to some very, very heinous crime like this one that happened in Benue. We shouldn't get used to people being killed. These are humans, are not animals. We shouldn't make it a normal thing.
Yes.
It's an oddity. How could people just you go to bed and then you don't wake up? Not because you were ill, not because something, maybe your building collapsed, but because some persons just took it upon themselves to kill you.
For no reason.
And then they will go scot-free, nothing happens. And then you want to tell me you are fighting crimes. You know what you are fighting. You're not fighting crimes. Because at this point, somebody, when we're discussing, I was very, very agitated, and I called somebody. I said, what is going on with our leaders? Which kind of body language be this one now? So on one hand, when we're talking, I said, is it that Mr. President is, trying to give the governor of Benue State the opportunity to stand as a governor to defend his state? He didn't want to make it look as if he's the one that will be ordering him about or whatever. But if that should be the case, Mr. President is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
Exactly.
And from the video I saw, they said they were policemen, but the policemen were overpowered. This is where we need synergy from other
security
other sister
operatives.
agencies. Yes, other sister security agencies to come in and assist. So what measures have been put to place to not to allow a repeat performance of what happened? Nothing. We are just the next thing. Mr. Governor sacked
his PA.
His PA. People will come out and protest, and then you will stop them and you punish whoever is part of it for protesting. Have you stopped to think that why are they protesting? Why did they protest? Was the protest not justified? You see, if you say because this thing does not concern you, so it does not matter. Someday to be your turn.
It will reach you.
Someday to be your turn.
We don't take care of it, it will reach you.
And when it is your, I recall there was a time that Ekiti was under fire from these criminal elements.
Yeah.
But because of how the governor stood up, this late governor, the former governor, the immediate past governor of Ekiti, was it Ekiti? Ondo? I'm mixing the two. Where they are this Amoteku is very, very active.
Yeah.
Amoteku apprehended most of those criminal elements, and that put enough fear in the mind of the other ones that would have followed suit.
Yeah.
So they left that place to have at least some time of peace. We can't keep doing this. We cannot allow any form of hiatus until we have seen the end of these criminals. They are not ghosts. The next thing you will hear is they're not Nigerians. It does not matter whether they are even from another planet, but they came into Nigeria through whatever means and are wreaking havoc on people, wasting lives, destroying farmlands, and doing all manner of things. Are we lawless? It's like, don't we have our constitution again? Don't we have our laws and rules again? Are we just doing whatever we like? Have we now turned to a country where, anything you like, you do, nothing they happen?
All right, Timina,
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Honestly,
I'm very disappointed with our governors because by now the governors forum leader, one of these I can't recall the name of the governor now, should have called for an emergency meeting.
Of course, it should be.
It is worth it.
It's something that all of them should come together.
Yes, we should come together
emergency
and discuss
meeting.
It is not the problem of Benue. It's the problem of Nigeria. Because if you step outside of Nigeria, nobody is saying Benue. They say Nigeria. That children and mothers were burnt alive in Nigeria. A town was razed down in Nigeria by criminals, and nothing is being done by the government. So nobody is going to tell you who knows who's Benue for outside of Nigeria. They will say Nigeria. So this concerns every governor. It is not the problem of Benue State governor. That governor has not done much as far as I'm concerned. He has not. There's. I don't know these people. I never met them, but as a human being, even when you hear it, it troubles your heart. You worry. You wonder what is going to happen next.
All right,
it's unfortunate. Honestly, the way we handle matters like this does not speak well of our country and our leaders.
At all. It doesn't. I just hope that we're able to realize that these are people, human lives that are being wasted. So we're able to do what is right. We're able to do what is right. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and we just have a few minutes to go on the program LENZ. Now, I just want us to quickly touch the story in 5 minutes because this one, I don't even know what to call it. But this particular one, this story says that a police inspector he was accidentally shot down by his 10-year-old son. Now this happened in Anambra. So apparently the police officer has been killed while his son was injured after his 10-year-old shot them both in Anambra. So the story says that the incident occurred around 9:40 p.m. on Sunday, while the officer was on duty at a particular bank located in, somewhere in Oka. Now his sons paid him a visit at work at 9:40 p.m. Waiting go even carry children to come off for house, say they won't go visit Papa with day off, except maybe the place is just around their house there. Well, the 10-year-old son was playing with the weapon his father had on and had no idea that it was loaded. And then he pulled the trigger from behind his father and fatally shot him in the spine. Now, the same bullet also struck his youngest brother, who was 6 years old, who sustained gunshot injuries to his back. Now, both of them were rushed to the hospital where the junior brother is currently receiving treatment. Sadly, the father died on the hospital arrival. The weapon was retrieved and the minor was secured, while the case was officially sent to the Central Police Station in Oka for investigation. Now, when I was reading the story, I was just shaking my head. First of all, that was 9:40 p.m. What are children between 10 and 6 year old leaving their homes to go and visit their father at his workplace, at his workstation? Except if maybe the workstation is just a stone throw from the house or so. But even at that safe, waiting to carry them come out around that time. And then you're having a loaded gun with you. All right, it's been about quickly. Our time is fast spent.
Okay. You see, I pray that God rest the soul of that officer, and I pray that the injury sustained by that 6-year-old is not a serious one. That he would come out of the hospital well, perfect, and all of that. You see, when you see some parents and the way they allow their children to touch certain objects, play with certain objects, you'll be amazed. Something happened. This one did not cost the man's life, but it cost him his job. He had a home office, a study in his house. He was working on a project. He was supposed to submit it online at a particular time. And his son came and was playing with the keyboard. And he didn't say anything. He was on the phone. He allowed the boy, and at the end of the day, the boy, whether intentionally or erroneously, wiped off everything the man had worked on concerning the project. He could not meet up with it. I don't know whatever happened. The story was that cost him his job. You see, there are times that we should not forget that these are children and they should always be cautioned. It is not love. Now you love your pikin. When your pikin go to touch what you, they take the walk. That's not love. That is being an irresponsible parent, because children should always be corrected as soon as they veer off the track. You bring them back. And like you rightly said, what could a 6-year-old
and a 10-year-old
be doing
leave their
at
home
that hour at their father's office at that time? Okay, maybe the mother had gone, maybe the mother on night duty she did. Maybe there was nobody at home to take care of the children, so they had to stay with him till he closed and all of that. Why would you know what the weapon you carry upon you? You know that it is loaded. You know the dangers of any accidental pulling of the trigger. It could have killed the boy himself. It could have killed anybody around, because I mean, the boy probably wasn't aiming at anybody. Was just playing with it.
Maybe he was just playing with it.
Yes. Why would you allow your child to play with such a weapon?
One of my colleagues also, they say, now too much cartoon the pikin don't to watch.
Why should the father allow that? When you have such a dangerous weapon, your children should not even come close to you
at all.
To some meters. They should be where you are seeing them. They should not come behind you. How did the boy get to the back of his father and pull that trigger? I see. Parents should take a cue from this. There's a lot of times that we tend to be irresponsible as parents. We tend to, allow our children to do some things because, okay, I want to appear as a good parent and all of that. When these children grow up, whether you are a good parent or not,
Or
they know,
not.
because they know how you have raised them, and they know how to judge you. So please, let us always be responsible as parents at any point in time. If you have any dangerous weapon or anything, even there are parents who will carelessly leave a parent, a family, a father left a bottle of brandy on the table and decided to see a friend off. Before he came back, he had
Oh,
a set of twins. The two of them, I think they were toddlers, maybe 5 or 6 years. These children gulped
got
down
down.
the brandy, and he came and met them on the ground. The bottle was there, and the children were dying.
Ah,
They rescued them, but one of them is down with ulcer. I don't know whether that was what
caused
triggered
it.
it,
Yeah.
whether that was the cause or whatever. So why would you leave a bottle of brandy on the table where you have children?
All right, Sabina, but we need to wrap up on this. It's just unfortunate. Let's be careful now. This little mistake, or rather, let's say this thing that has happened has cost the man his life and his second son in the hospital. So hopefully he gets out of the hospital heal and hearty, like Ibinabo has mentioned. And let's be careful as parents. We never can tell. We just never can tell what the next minute can be like when you have substance or you have weapons around carelessly just kept. Let's all be careful. All right, this is where we'll wrap it up on her lens today. But tomorrow is another day. We'll be here, God's willing. Thank you so much, Binabo, for coming live to the studio today to have her lens with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so that's it. Do well to enjoy your day. Do well to stay with us right here on Your Women Radio. Coming up at 10:05 is Radio Doctor. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Good morning.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
In the month of June, which is the National Cancer Survivors Month, Women Radio 91.7 FM brings you powerful voices of courage